You felt like home and heartbreak in the very same breath, like something sweet on my tongue that I knew would end in death. I should've run the first time you made love feel like a test, but I stayed because your chaos still felt better than the rest. You looked at me like promise, then treated me like spare. You held me when you needed me, then vanished into air. And I learned to crave the hurting, cause at least it meant you came. I started calling it love when it was hunger wearing your name. I knew you weren't good for me, but you were good at pulling me in. And I hated how my heart forgave every time you make me thin. You were my favorite pain, the kind that I kept choosing, the kind that made me feel alive. Even while I was losing, you were my favorite pain, a beautiful disaster I couldn't escape. I loved you like a bad habit and I bled for every taste. I memorized your patterns, the leaving and the chase, the way you'd say I miss you with emptiness on your face. You'd give me just enough heaven to keep me in the fire, and I became addicted to your almost love and your desire. My friends said I was changing, but I couldn't see the fall. I was too busy making excuses for the way you gave so small. I wore your love like bruises, covered up with pretty clothes, smiling through the damage so nobody really knows. You weren't a safe place to rest, but you were a place to feel. And I confused intensity for something real. You were my favorite pain, the kind that I kept choosing, the kind that made me feel alive. Even while I was losing, you were my favorite pain, a beautiful disaster I couldn't escape. I loved you like a bad habit and I bled for every taste. And I don't know what's worse, that you hurt me so much, or that I still miss your hands and the poison in your touch. I miss the way you'd ruin me, then hold me while I cry like you were both a knife and bandage. And I let you decide. I became a girl who waited for the next time you would care. I became a girl who measured love by how much she could bear. And that's not love, it's punishment. That's not devotion, it's a cage. But I stayed, I stayed, I stayed like suffering was a stage. You were my favorite pain, and I hate that it was true. I love the way you broke my heart, cause it kept me close to you. You were my favorite pain, but I'm finally letting go. I don't want love that hurts like this, I don't want a heart that's slow. So if you ever come back smiling, saying you've changed, saying please, I'll remember all the nights I shook, begging you not to leave. Cause you were my favorite pain, but I'm not your favorite.